Yeah, hello, this is Dave from cheapbooks.com playing World of Tanks. The tank I am playing is the Ram 2. This is an American Tier 5 medium tank, and the map is Ruinberg, and this map is also known as Winterberg. As you can see, I'm doing my standard gameplay. I'm going to the middle of the map, and it's very effective on this map. I learned a long time ago playing from the middle of the map. Playing from the middle of the map allows me to get more kills. As you can see, I'm a Tier 5 and we've got a Tier 3 tank that came over the middle. It's very risky to go over the middle. They expose themselves and obviously you can guess what's going to happen. So unfortunately I missed that shot. This might have been the game, I'm not sure, but this might have been the one where I could have gotten like 10 kills. I'm not sure about it, but we're going to see what happens. So you want to take up a position in the bush over here. And from this bush, you can hit any tanks that cross over here. You can hit tanks that are over here. And you can hit tanks that are along the back over here, which will include the SPGs. And you can hit the tanks that are west of the town, but not actually in the town. Maybe you might get some lucky shots, but usually I don't even try to hit the tanks that are in the town. And if you roll forward into the next bush or behind this tank, you can hit the tanks like that Panzer 1C and any tanks that might be hiding along that back line over there. So it's a really good position. Let's see what happens. So this is as I played the game. Okay, so that was my first kill. You can see that I use the auto aim mode. I do use it for convenience. At that distance it works out pretty well, but you do have to be careful because if the distance goes too far, you can miss very easily if it's a moderate speed tank. Now one of the things you're going to want to notice is that on the mini-map you have a green circle, which is your spotting range, and you can see that I don't have the full spotting range. It doesn't go all the way out to the white circle, and that's what you want it to do. So for example, the 3 red tanks, if we were out in the field, I would not be able to spot them, which is a disadvantage. You want that spotting range to be out as far as possible. This tank more than likely has coated optics, and is still not able to view the full range, even with the coated optics. So it does need situational awareness and recon. It probably does have vents on it, and it probably has the BIA skill. So it isn't a far-reaching range. It's a disadvantage on the field, as I'll show you in other videos. So a lot of the time I actually sit here. If nothing happens, I go forward to the enemy side and peek around. You got to be very careful. If you get spotted over here, you're going to get nailed. Oh yeah, okay. This is the game where I could have easily had 9 or 10 kills, but something is going to happen that's going to ruin my game, and you'll see. Now one thing you're going to notice is that the reload time and the aim time are very similar at that distance. It aims a little bit slower, so it's going to be reloaded at that distance. Let's see if we can get the distance. 299. So at 300 meters, it's going to reload faster than it aims. And it's important to know. So if you're shorter than that distance, you can just keep on firing and it's going to aim in fully. But after that distance, if you fire as it reloads, it's not going to be fully aimed. So that's one of the things you want to know about every tank. With this tank, it's pretty even, which is good, which is the way you want it. So it's very vulnerable to be out here. However, when you look at the enemy team, you're going to notice that there's a lot of Tier 3s and Tier 4s. So I feel fairly safe going out in the field. You'll notice that I shoot and I move, and the reason why I do that is so that if they return fire, they're more likely to miss. You'll also notice that after I shot him, I changed the angle of my tank. I try to keep the gun over the corner of the tank, but you don't want it to be too much towards the side. You want it to be more towards the front, so that's the angle that he's going to see. That's an awesome angle. I did get hit, but I got hit by this tank destroyer on the side, I believe, while I was shooting at the tank in front of me. Oh, and I did want to show you, there is some solid objects over here. We've got a dead tank, and then there's this fountain over here. But other than that, the only other solid object is the dead tank over there, and there's some vehicles which are destructible. So if you need to go for cover, you either got to get behind one of these vehicles, or you got to head for a dead tank or for that fountain, or you just got to hope to disappear. Okay, so he's dead. I got 3 kills. You'll note that he killed my gunner. And that's the difference between a 5 or 6 kill game and a 10 kill game. And you're going to find out right now. You saw my aim when I was hitting those tanks. He's at 336 meters. And the other tank, let's see what the other tank was at. No, it can't be that one. Must have been this one, 282. So this one is further, but you can see that it aims a lot more slowly now. If you noticed when it was aiming earlier, it aimed about the same time that it reloads. Now it reloads really fast, and the aim almost never gets finished. So I was not able to kill that tank. So that's one kill that I missed. In fact, I think he might come back and kill me in the end. So I got 3 kills, and I decided to, he was too far away, my gunner is injured or dead, I wasn't going to be able to hit him, I didn't want to waste any time, so I decided to head somewhere else. You'll notice that a tank died. I probably would not have been able to kill that tank. And it looks like another enemy tank just died. So as you can see, because of my dead gunner, I missed that tank. That could have been a 5th kill. The shot went wild, and I do not have the health kit to take care of the gunner. So that was a big disadvantage. If I had Jack of all trades, it would have solved this problem. So I've got 3 kills, but it could have been 5. So you can see that was another wild shot on that Valentine. Up to 4 kills. It would have been 6 kills. Let's see what happens here. So you notice I had to wait a little bit longer for the tank to aim in order to get that shot. And I missed at least 1 or 2 shots on that tank. It could have been 7 kills. I only got 5 so far. Let's keep on moving. Now keep in mind, I wasted probably 4 shots since I left the field that would have connected, and because of that I had to shoot again and I had to aim longer. So that's 10 to 15 seconds that I wasted because my gunner is dead. So you can see this would have been potentially an 8th kill right there, but somebody else got him. Another miss. Another miss. Wow, I missed it. It could have been 9 kills right there, but I guess the tank next to me got him. So you can see that because my gunner was injured, I missed shots. He was able to turn around and fire back at me even though he missed. I probably should have moved closer to him. Every time you shoot, you move a little bit closer, and you just inch towards him. And you'll also notice that after I reloaded, I couldn't fire right away, even though he's really close to me. Let's not... He's 84 meters. He's really close, but I had to wait for it to aim longer. Even at that distance, I was missing him with my injured gunner. So what was that? Was that 9 kills I would have had, and I only got 5. So this would have been an awesome game. And by now I would have advanced further on to the field to the next target. So that's the impact of an injured gunner. And I had another game with an injured driver, had the same thing. Wow. That could have been like, what, 10 or 11 kills now? 10 kills? I haven't been counting. I think that would have been a 10th kill, but, you know, I missed it because my gunner was injured. You can see my ally is telling me to stop. Now I want you to notice that he's trying to circle around me. I was aimed in that direction, but as he's circling, I am turning my tank. And the reason why I do that is, number one, my frontal armor is going to be facing him, which makes it more difficult for him to penetrate me. I've got a lot of health right now. And number two, my gun will spin around faster. If I didn't turn around, he'd drive right around me and my gun wouldn't keep up. But because I'm spinning the tank, my gun kept up with him. I lost track of the count, but maybe that would have been 11 kills if I had a good gunner. And you can see there is a possible 12th kill right there. He's probably the one that's going to end up killing me. So I'm really handicapped right now. I need to be close to the enemy, and I'm still going to miss shots. Wild misses. So as you can see, I'm getting closer and closer to him because as I get closer, my accuracy will keep on improving. Okay, so that's 7 kills. I think I missed 5. This would have been a 12-kill game. And one of the tanks that I missed is still alive off in the distance. I'm sure someone else is going to get him. Okay, so that's the game. I got 7 kills. I missed 5 key shots. The issue is that my gunner obviously died. The other person you don't want to lose is your loader, because then you're going to take twice as long to load. And the other issue is the driver. If you lose your driver, it takes a lot longer to drive around. There's a video with the Ram 2 on Karelia where my driver was injured, so I was a lot slower getting around. Now, you'll notice that this tank has the automatic fire extinguisher. And what I've discovered is that I have injured crew members far more often than I get set on fire. So what I've been doing is I've been switching a lot of my tanks to use the healthcare kit instead of the automatic fire extinguisher. And I think it's been working well. Occasionally I do catch on fire. It does mean that you have to have crew skills for fire, and you have to learn the techniques like head for water if you can. And I've heard that if you drive faster, it can put the fire out, and I've heard that if you come to complete stop, it can also put the fire out. There's people say that you can repair a fire using your repair kits. I've tried doing it. I haven't had any luck. It seems to be failing. Maybe it's worked once or twice, but for the most part, I would say it doesn't work. And I've been just wasting repair kits trying to put out fires. Okay, so that's the game. I got 7 kills. It's the Ram 2. This is an American Tier 5 medium tank. It's a great tank. I am so glad I bought it. I bought it about a month ago. I get a large number of 5 and 6 kill games. I expect to get 5 or six kills almost every time I play it. I mean, obviously I don't, but I have that expectation because it's such a great tank. You've got to have good placement, be in the center of the field. You've got to have a fast tank and chase the enemy down. If you see a red dot, you can't wait for them to come to you. You got to go after them. You have to either have a powerful gun or you have to have a rapid fire gun, and obviously have crew intact. I do consider Jack of all trades to be a high priority skill for my commander, and it's next on the list. He probably has 4 skills for the commander already. So once I get up to that 5th skill, he's going to have the Jack of all trades. And the fire extinguisher I need to get for my other crew members. They probably don't have. They probably have like 3 skills each. And when I get the firefighting skill for my other crew members, I'll remove the automatic fire extinguisher and put something else that I'll decide later. Okay, that's the game. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.